If you're looking for an electric car in the year 2025, I don't blame you. There's so many good options, but I think you guys should look at Porsche because Porsche has some killer vehicles like this 2025 electric Macan, and this thing is absolutely stunning. Now, you may be a little mistaken if you've ever been to France. You might be thinking this is a lavender field, but no, this is Provence, a flag line color for this car. It was launched with it, and it looks absolutely stunning, especially here in person. Everybody is turning heads at this because it absolutely stands out, and what helps it stand out is, of course, going to be these Porsche standard headlight designs, which I think look phenomenal. It really does bring together the aggressiveness of this grille, giving you a car that doesn't feel entirely electric, but does feel like it's on the middle ground, giving you a nice little bridge to go from fully gas to electric. And I think that is fantastic, as well as you're going to have a bunch of the creature comforts that Porsche implements throughout all their vehicles, which I absolutely love. And starting with creature comforts, we're going to have the frunk up here, which a lot of electric cars have kind of been stepping away from, which I don't get the point of. Porsche gives you enough storage up here to do grocery runs and whatever like that, while still having a bunch of stuff in the back. Overall, though, we can take a look at the rest of the Porsche, and I'm going to show you why this car looks good from every single angle. Now, moving on to the side of the Macan, it does not disappoint. I mean, this coupe design looks absolutely stunning. And I mean, if you were to compare this to some of the other cars on the road, if they're just the standard SUVs, this one definitely draws a lot more attention than some of the other ones. And that's what we absolutely love about Porsche. They go above and beyond to make sure your car feels special. And moving on to things that are special, these 21-inch rims that look absolutely stellar with the Porsche crest in the middle, I think they are absolutely to die for. Now, there are charging ports on both sides of the vehicle, but if you are going to look at the right side of the vehicle, this one does not have the capacity to use a DC fast charger, but the other side does. So no matter what, you're going to be able to charge your vehicle wherever you are going, which is absolutely lovely, and Porsche has this covered through in and throughout. Now, moving on to the trunk space, you're going to have a fine bit of cargo space, as well as an electronically opening trunk, which I think is super nice, as well as you have the charger back here that comes standard if you buy the car new, as well as the trunk cover. On top of that is electronically opening and closing, which I know is a big deal. Now, the back of the car also looks spectacular. You have these taillights that are typical with the Porsche light bar going across, and I think it really does bring the car together. It would not be a Porsche if we don't look at the inside where the driving portion is, as well as just the stunning interior on its own. So let's go quickly take a look at that and see how great it really is. Now, on the inside of the Porsche, I'm going to tell you what, this is absolutely unbelievably comfortable. These seats are these seats hug you tight, they make you feel great, and especially when you're driving, you just feel locked into the car, and I absolutely love that. Porsche knocks it out of the park. And one thing to touch on with these seats and some of the other parts of the interior is that it is a matching purple tone to the outside. Yes, they're not perfectly identical, but this deep purple interior feels unique and stands out on its own, which I absolutely love. Now, moving on to the infotainment screen, this is absolutely up to date, one of the fastest you're going to get on the market, and it's just integrated so nicely. Your climate control menu is down here, but one thing that I really want to touch on, because Porsche didn't normally do this, but they're slowly working into it now, is the digital gauge cluster. And I hate to admit for all the other car brands, but Porsche does it better. This is absolutely one of the nicest infotainment screens I have seen. And just everything in this car feels nice and luxurious, especially when you get this thing on the road and you start driving, because that instant access to torque just feels so responsive, so good, and it has all the best qualities of Porsche wrapped together in one nice electric vehicle that you can get and feel absolutely great. Now, whether or not you are a big Porsche person, an electric car person, or just a car person in general, I feel like this Macan will have something for every single one of you. This car is absolutely gorgeous. I especially love the color. That's probably going to be my favorite part. And I think if you guys have the option to get one of these, you'll agree with me completely that if you want an electric car, this might be the perfect one for you.